being in a completely new country, completely alone, and spending time alone in this new country. Good fucking morning. It is 11:53 here in Sydney, Australia, and it is a wonderful day. Finished my gratitude journaling, meditated for 30 days already, 30 days, 30 minutes already, feeling out of this world. And most of my life, I've been on the quest to find authenticity. How to be more authentic. How to be yourself. What's the best way to... all this bullshit. And I think I've found it. Not saying that, I'm 24 years old and I've found the key to life by any means. I do still have to stay humble and whatnot. But I've found what works for me. And chances are, if you're like me, this is going to work for you. Not chances are, I truly believe it's going to work for you if you actually implement it. Authenticity, it's not about being authentic. It's actually about not doing the things that make you inauthentic. There is no such thing as being authentic, because when you're born as your complete authentic self. As a child, 0 years old, you are born completely authentic as you are. How? Have you ever seen those kids at like the shopping mall, 2 years old, who will say like, "Oh mom, why is this person obese?" Zero filter. He is just authentically saying what he thinks, right? Zero filter. And that's a big part of ourselves that we've lost. If you feel like if you feel fake, or if you feel like you're kind of sick of putting up images, or sick of trying to make people proud, sick of trying to please people, it doesn't come through your authentic self. It actually comes from conditionings, beliefs, and thoughts that you believe to be true about yourself or the world, that force you to change your personality so that you can adapt to the world, okay? I will give you an example like this. If you believe the world is an evil or a hard place, you will simply change those aspects about you in order to adapt to an evil and hard place. You might think to yourself, I need to work harder. You might think to yourself, I need to be this, I need to focus more, I need to become disciplined, I need to become this. The thing is, you don't need to become disciplined, focused, or anything, because you already are. You just haven't unlocked, or you haven't actually used that part in alignment with your true authentic self. Because I'll give you a story. I'm not new to YouTube. I've been doing YouTube my entire life. When I was like 12 or 13 years old with my brother who's next door, I'm sure he can hear me right now, we actually had a Minecraft Let's Play YouTube channel. So I've been doing YouTube for like almost all my life. But over the past 5 years, specifically, I've been taking it more seriously, and I've struggled non-stop. If you've ever done content as well, you might have thought about things like, oh, what kind of content should I make? What's my niche? What's my purpose? Is this gonna work, or is that gonna work? How should I speak? Do people prefer this hook or that hook, or this or this? Essentially, what you're doing, and again, I've done this, I've lived completely different lives. I used to have a different life in my house, a different life with my family, a different life with my friends, and a different life in front of the camera. I wasn't authentic, even though I thought, I'm going to try to be authentic. I'm not going to edit my videos because that's authentic. No, that's not authentic. That might be authentic for somebody else. Is it authentic for you? Or are you just not editing your videos because somebody said it was authentic? Do you see how much of a fine line this is between, wait, is this authentic or not? The question is then, how do I know what is authentic? What is authentic to me? And that's all you should be concerned about. You shouldn't be concerned about what is authentic to other people, or so on and so forth. because you can't even control other people. Just ask yourself, what is authentic for you? And chances are, not chances are, the thing is, what's authentic to you will feel like there's zero resistance. Zero resistance. The way I'll try to explain this is, and this seems to be the most like valid example all men can relate to, is women. Have you ever noticed, I'll put it this way, okay? You're gonna relate to this. Every fucking man relates to this. So one day in your life, you decide, you know what? I want a girlfriend. I want to start dating. So you take action and you go out and you start to talk to women. And for 10 fucking months straight, rejection after rejection after rejection, right? Every girl is mercilessly just fucking rejecting you. It's almost like you've got some negative aura that repels everybody. I'm sure you felt that. I felt that in my life at one stage. So you'll go through rejection after rejection after rejection, again and again and again. And then luck will come to your side and you'll get a girlfriend. You'll start dating this girl and it's going well. 1 month, 2 months in, 3 months in, 6 months in. And you guys are girlfriend and boyfriend now. Amazing. You're feeling great. You don't feel like you need to chase anymore. You don't feel like you need to go and look for women anymore. You don't feel like you need to go through the dating game and flirtation and holding frame and, stoicism and doing all this gay shit. So you get a girlfriend. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to be judgmental. So you get a girlfriend. And precisely the moment you get a girlfriend, and let's say you're at the shopping mall, girls show interest to you. Other girls are now showing interest to you. And you're thinking to yourself, yo, what the fuck? I mean, I've been bending over back and forth months after months after months trying to get a girlfriend. And now that I have one, all these girls are showing interest in me. Yo, what the fuck is going on? Why is this happening? Simply because when you decided to go and you made this decision to go and get a girlfriend or to go out and date, a couple things happened. Because of conditioning, because you might have maybe watched like a YouTube video, maybe you felt something inside of you, maybe your friend told you. Whatever happened, you watched or you had this experience, and that experience made you want to go out and get girls. Now, the first time you went out, you had a bit of preconceived information on how you should act and how you should approach women, right? Because people told you all your life, do this, and if you smile for too long, then she's gonna think, oh, and if you say this, then she's gonna think that you're feminine, and body language, guys, and this, and your tonality needs to be a certain way, and by the way, red pill is the way. So essentially what's happened is you've bought into all of these ideas, belief systems, and ways of thinking that aren't really authentic or aligned to you, but you bought into them thinking that that's going to get you success. Firstly, what you've done is you've placed your own value outside of yourself. Essentially, you've said to yourself, I don't think I have what it takes to be able to go out and attract a woman authentically. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't become better at this skill, by the way. I don't obviously, it's a skill to be able to talk to people and communicate with people. So don't, stop reading books. Don't stop educating yourself. That's not what I'm saying. But what you've decided is, I am not enough. I need something outside of me to teach me how to get these girls, how to find a girlfriend. So you've lost that authenticity. Okay, immediately you've lost that authenticity because, as an example, your authentic self saw this girl and wanted to approach her and just say, hey, what's going on? But then in your mind, your self-conscious mind, you thought, no. That's not a good approach. This is a better opening line because I've been taught this. I need to go and, my body language and eye contact, and I need to approach my hand and be like, hello, I thought you were cute. And no, your authentic self already said, hey, this girl is cute. Go and just say hello. That's what your authentic self said. But your programmed mind, your ego, your subconscious, your meta beliefs, your programs, your thoughts, etc., all one thing, by the way, that mind said to you, no. This authentic response she isn't going to like. You should do this way. And so that's what you do. And you follow all these techniques and tactics. And failure after failure until 6 months later, it works. And you finally break through. And when you get a girlfriend, because you've achieved your goal, you get rid of these techniques and tactics because you don't need them anymore, right? You're not trying to get a goal or talk to girls anymore. So you get rid of, pick-up lines and cold approaches and all this bullshit because you have a girlfriend now. And when you have a girlfriend, you start to slowly come back to your authentic self. Now, some people don't. Unfortunately, some guys, even when they get a girlfriend, they still put up these barriers and images and red pill tactics and whatnot. But let's say you do. You become that authentic self. You relax because you don't need to chase anymore. You relax. Finally, I have a girlfriend. This is amazing. The moment you become authentic again, and you let go of these things outside of you that you think you need in order to achieve your goal, which you don't, because everything you think you need, you already have within you. I mean, you can talk, you can be nice, you can be happy, you can laugh, right? But the only reason you hold and you inhibit the real personality in you is because, again, you believe that she's not going to respond that well, or this isn't the way I was taught, or this is the best opening line, or body language, because girls don't, all this bullshit, okay? And I don't mean bullshit as in it doesn't matter. I mean bullshit as in guys will literally make this their life. Like, have you ever noticed? This is embarrassing, but I used to do this. Mid-conversation, you'll be talking to someone, and that person, they won't be listening to you. Like, they'll look at you, but it's like one word is going in one ear and out through the other. They're not listening to you. Instead, they're organizing their body language. Is my shoulders back? Are my feet pointed towards him or away? Because if I'm pointed towards him, it means I'm interested, so I should point it away. Oh, no. All right, let me point it away. Did I hold eye contact? 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now look away. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now look back. I'm sorry, man. Am I taking the piss? But that used to be me. I would literally, like, talking to a girl, I'd think, okay, I need to look at her left eye, and then her right eye, and then down to here, and then look away. Okay. Have you noticed those people? Would you ever say that this person is authentic? No, it feels like as if they've created this image and they are trying their best to uphold this image. When you're authentic, you don't try. That's one thing that you need to understand is when you become authentic, you don't try to prove your authenticity. What I don't mean is, you're lazy, you don't work hard. No, that's not what I mean. Because authentically, you might be the kind of person who enjoys working hard. Or authentically, you might be the person who doesn't believe in working hard, who believes in working smart. Okay? Very different. Very, very clear. Like, we need to be clear about this. I forgot the point I was making. But going back to the topic of finding your girlfriend and finally letting go of these beliefs, of these things that were shaping your personality, that is specifically a moment when all the girls start showing interest in you because you've got that authentic self back again. I hope I've been able to explain the difference between authenticity, non-authenticity, what's authentic to you. Now, in this part of the video, I want to help you to figure out what is authentic to you without me telling you that, oh, yes, guys, you need to meditate because that's authentic. You need to be calm because that's authentic. No. For me, personally me, and by the way, if you watching this in the future, if you notice that I'm coming from a different energy, I'm not being authentic. To me, authenticity, who I am, what feels natural to me, is being in the moment, being goofy, making fun and saying random shit that doesn't make sense or is just so uncalled for. I'm a very touchy person. I like to slap people. I like to choke people. Even on like first dates, second dates, like the girl I'm dating with, sometimes I put them on a chokehold because it's just funny. It's just the way I am. Oh, I'll tell you this story. Naturally, I'm a touchy person. Like, I'm just that person. Now, some girls don't appreciate that because maybe they were traumatized through touch. Maybe it's just not what they feel. They don't feel connection through touch, whatever. And I remember I was dating this one girl and, I told her like, hey, like, touch is one of my biggest like languages and thing. And she said it wasn't for her. And she felt really uncomfortable. And now in that situation, I could have just been like, oh, okay, so let me change this aspect about myself so that I can adapt to her needs. Or I could have been like, you know what? I respect you, but this isn't going to work for us. Because I'm this person, you're that person. It seems like if we sacrifice ourselves to make you feel better, we're going to sacrifice our authentic personality. And I'm not willing to do that. Unfortunately, it's not what I did. I was desperate. I was needy. I went out on a date. Second date, never happened. Okay. But that's just another example of like authenticity versus non-authenticity. How can you find your authentic self? I've tried everything. The most powerful thing that's worked for me is traveling overseas, away from everything and everyone that you know, going alone by yourself, and being in a completely new country, completely alone, and spending time alone in this new country. Very important. In 2021, 2, 3, 4, and 5, every single year since 2021, I've done this. I've traveled every year, either alone or with like my brother or my dad, whatever, but I've traveled alone. In 2022, 23, I traveled alone to Thailand for 6 months, 5 months, and I stayed there but completely by myself, and I was in that isolation, in that quietness, where nobody could tell me what to do, how to be, what to think, how to act, where I wasn't consuming content, I wasn't being forced to do things, I wasn't being influenced by anybody. When I was in that moment of isolation and peace, my authentic self spoke out anyway. Thoughts and emotions started to come in of like, hey, by the way, Thailand, why are you pleasing people? Is this you? Hey, by the way, do you really believe in working hard, or is that what you believe because you watched other people work hard and tell you to work hard? Another thing I'll tell you is I've been doing YouTube for 5 years and I've been failing for 5 years because every single time, whenever I made a video, I would come up as somebody else. I was never my authentic self. I'd always be focusing on the hook, the idea, the content, my tonality, my speech. If I ever paused or if I ever went quiet, I would delete the video immediately. I would struggle so hard. Whereas now I don't struggle at all. I am telling you guys, I don't struggle with content at all. At all. I have content recorded up until my birthday, and it's the 25th of February. My birthday is in the 17th of March. What's the maths? 23. I have 23 days of video content recorded, ready to go. I don't believe in working hard, guys. I don't work hard. That's who I am. I don't believe in working hard and grinding. I thought I did, because I was watching a lot of Hamza content, a lot of Alex Hormozy content, and everyone's telling you to work hard, which, by the way, no judgment. I love Hamza. That guy fucking is incredible. And Alex Hormozy, sure, he's an incredible guy as well. But to me, that wasn't authentic. Working hard for me isn't authentic. Working smart is. And working out of passion is. See, I work hard naturally for the things I'm passionate about. I don't come to YouTube to work hard. I come to YouTube to work passionately. And when I focus on working passionately, on doing something I love, which is authentic to me, then I naturally work hard anyway. Do you see how that works? My identity isn't I'm a hard worker. My identity is I'm a passionate worker and I'm a smart worker. I'm an artist. I create art. That's what I like to do. And naturally, because I love what I'm doing, I love to be in front of the camera, to give my energy to you guys, to give my education to you guys, and hopefully change your life and your mental health and allow you to create the reality you want to live exactly the way I'm doing. When I get to be able to do that, I want to do it. I want to do more of it. I want to keep doing and doing more, to the point where now my biggest goal or my biggest discipline in life now is actually working less. Because sometimes after a certain point of working too much, even if you're passionate, there comes a time where you don't have enough mental brain energy, so you feel tired. So my discipline now is actually, I got to work less. I can't work this hard, okay? But you will find your authentic self slowly over periods of isolation, peace, and stillness. Now, if you can't go overseas, something else you can do is at home in your day-to-day life, completely get rid of all inputs, including my channel. Don't watch YouTube. Don't watch TikTok, no podcasts, no music, no nothing, no video games, no entertainment, no news, no movies, nothing. No, not even books. Because these are all influences, these are all inputs, and your brain has to process these inputs, okay? We don't want the brain to keep working. We want the brain to shut off and go inside. We want the brain to bring back authenticity or thoughts and desires and genuine passions from years ago. The only way we're going to be able to do this is through isolation. And so again, if you can't travel, if you can't afford to go overseas, then this is something you can absolutely do at home. Specific habits that you'd like. Firstly, journaling. Journaling with zero judgment. Now what this means is, you might journal, you might ask yourself a question, why do I feel inauthentic? And you'll force your brain to come up with answers. That's not what I mean. You'll write the question, why do I feel authentic? And just stare at it. And anytime an answer comes naturally, that's what you write down. You don't try to look for the answers to the questions on your journal. You don't seek knowledge. You seek peace and stillness, and almost let your second brain, your subconscious, your higher self answer this question. Don't answer it with your current self. Answer it with your higher self. Metaphor, what does that mean in English? Write the question down, stare at it until naturally an answer comes along. Don't force an answer. That's one of the habits. I've been journaling since 2018. I have about 15 journals completely filled out. So trust me when I say that journaling is one of my favorite and most life-changing habits. The second habit that you can actually do is meditation and stillness. Remember how we said that your authentic self is going to come about through isolation and stillness and peace. Because another reason why that is, and I'll go back to the example of seeing a beautiful girl and wanting to approach her. You might be staring at your laptop, you'll look to your left and you see a beautiful girl. Immediately your authentic self is like, oh, she's beautiful, go and talk to her. Straight after that, your programming and your conditioning comes in and says, oh no, don't approach her because you're out of her league. Through practicing stillness, peace, awareness, your first thought will come up more often, and that second thought that's poisonous, that's diseased, that's hurt and changed and traumatized will come up less often. And if it does come up, because you've been meditating, your peace, stillness, all this good stuff, you can notice when negative thoughts come up. You can notice when desires come up that isn't authentic to you, and you can notice this, and you can decide to stop thinking that way immediately, which is beautiful. So meditation is another habit. Now, I don't just say this for the sake of saying it. I've been meditating for the past 26, 25 days, every single day, like a streak. I haven't missed a day of meditation yet. I plan to meditate for the rest of my life. I've been gratitude journaling, and one of the most important things I've been doing is really dopamine regulating and destimulating my brain. Every time I come onto YouTube to record a video, if I ever come with agitation, desperation, anger, or frustration, or anything like that, it's because I've been stimulating my mind a bit too much. My mind is a bit all over the place. I've lost that connection to my authentic, still, and peaceful self, and I've entered survival mode. So if I ever record a video like that and you notice, let me know and tell me, yo, something's off. You know, have you been meditating? Are you in the states? Are you feeling good? Are you peaceful? Guys, there really isn't much else to it. I mean, again, I could talk about this for hours, but I don't want to make it an hour-long video simply because my mouth always goes dry. But the power to change your life and your identity is all within you. I do offer one-to-one coaching, mentorship, whatever you want to call it, or I do have a school community as well. It's pretty cheap. It's like $10 a month you can join. But you don't need to, because all the power to change your life, how you want to feel, how you want to react, whether you want to react, your authentic self, living peacefully, living passionately, focused on your goal, living purposefully, all of that is simply a decision, and you have the power to make that decision. Guys, I've been feeling incredible. I've been very purpose-driven recently. I feel super passionate towards what I do. There's zero resistance to me recording videos. I'm grateful. I've been, again, meditating, focusing on my health. There is a massive fly in my room. Why? Should I kill him? Now, I read a book the other day, and the book said, do not kill any life, no matter how insignificant. I still haven't been able to apply that to mosquitoes, flies, or cockroaches. I'm evil. Fuck. I've got some inner work to do. But guys, life doesn't have to be hard. It's only hard because you think it has to be that way. You don't need to struggle, by the way. You don't need to struggle with identity, with purpose, with staying disciplined or anything. It's because you think you need to. It's because you think discipline is hard. But guys, I'm telling you, like, everything is just a reflection of your mind. If it's beyond physics, if it's not me dropping this, if it's not me slapping you or me putting your hand onto the fire, everything else about reality is just an illusion. It's all in your mind. And so you have complete power to change what you experience. Much love, and I'll see you next time.
Mwah.